And then you got the other Kennedy, who actually reads into the congressional record. That was a crazy scene.
He is a weird cat.
That is a
guy.
weird
That
dude.
is one of the strangest.
Can we also limit congressional time, please? Like it's 70, you're out. You got to go.
Grassley.
Grassley's
going to be in his 90s when his
he's 94. 94.
Yeah, wow. That's
So-
a lot.
so
That's
it-
a lot.
Dianne Feinstein, here's how good Congress is. Dianne Feinstein told her grandkids to go suck it and died in office.
She died sometime before she died.
They were pushing her around, yes.
She died, and then sometime later, her body removed itself.
They had pipe cleaners just holding her up, and a guy with a... Actually, I think Jeff Dunham was running her for a couple of weeks.
I was going to say, that
at
was
the end.
like Julia Child. Do you guys remember at the end of Julia Child's run? She did look like this in her cooking shows, and she looked dead. And the people would talk a lot that were on with her. And those are my favorite Julia Child episodes.
So we've got Kash Patel burning taxpayers'
They're
money.
all burning.
Do you remember? Okay, so here's what I want to bring up. Do you remember when Obama was president? He and Michelle went to Broadway. They went to Broadway. It's a hop, skip, and a jump to go see a show on Broadway. And Fox News went ape shit, and they were talking shit. They were spending or blowing our money to go Broadway. They bitched about his golf. Yet Trump's golf's 300, like 4 times as much.
The rules have changed.
But it's not even the rules. It's like you have to pay. Listen, the rules are the rules, right? You have to play the rules the same way. And if you said, look at those guys, I'm not voting for fucking Democrats because they did that. And then you watch this corruption, this of the Treasury, and it's dead silent. People are now going on podcasts talking about how, a teenager, having sex with a teenager is not that big a deal.
14 is basically an adult. That's my favorite. Megyn Kelly.
That says a lot about her past.
I mean, you also have, him selling to the highest bidder to get foreign nationals to come to the White House. The prize is to come to the White House, and then that guy that won that got his case that he was involved in went away. His kids have made billions off of his random crypto announcements and stock announcements or tariff announcements that have manipulated the stock market. And didn't Barron become a billionaire or something?
They said with the crypto he had.
So, and nobody cares. And I think that, like with Alex Preddy, we were talking about this, but the same people that backed up Rittenhouse and said he had every right now are saying, he took a gun to a protest. And, you shouldn't do that. And I'm thinking it undermines all of their arguments when they can't be consistent.
So I'm in Chicago last week. There's a guy that works there, and it's funny, we've actually started joking about it, how we always argue politics. We always argue what's happening. And I'm sitting down, and I brought this up. I brought the all this money thing going on. He's kind of shrugged his shoulders. He goes, yeah, they're all corrupt. And I go, no, they're not. And I go, all right, so you're saying that Kyle, okay, so let me ask you this. And I go, because he was saying, Pretty, he had a gun there. Look, I go, he had a concealed carry permit. He goes, doesn't matter. You brought a gun to a protest. And I said, I'm sorry, Kyle Rittenhouse. And he goes, well, he had a long gun and it was out. And he goes, I'm not saying he was right either. I go, all right, let me ask you this. So I'm a cop during Kyle Rittenhouse. While he has the gun out, pointing it at people, I shoot him in the back 10 times. You good? And it was just dead silence. And he goes, I'm just saying that you just can't take a gun to a protest. Kyle Rittenhouse, you thought you were on his side, right? He goes, well, he was defending a gas station. I said, no, he wasn't. He was in the middle of a street. He was defending...
Who deputized him to defend a gas station?
Exactly. Which sheriff is that? Did Barney or Andy come in and help him out? And who the hell who uses an AR-15 against a skateboard? He goes, well, he was getting attacked. I'm like, Alex Preddy was protecting a woman. They took his gun, then they shot him 10 times. And it's so weird to watch them. I said, look, you will pretzel yourself up in a million different ways to make it fit your narrative, but you sure as hell won't actually just go, well, that's wrong and that's wrong.
Ever. And that's the thing that I say, it undermines all credibility.
Right.
Because never, the other side ever says that was wrong. Trump should not have done that. Actually, that's unconstitutional. And yet we do. So we Democrats say if Bill Clinton was involved, then Bill Clinton with Epstein, and he committed a crime, Bill Clinton should go to prison.
Burn him down.
But they just say kids at 14 are basically adults, and why are we still talking about this?
Oh, someone said that recently.
Oh, nobody wanted to talk about this before. I said this to somebody who's actually very heavily influential in
Hi, River.
in that side.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, River. I said, because your guy ran on it. Change the subject. 2 minutes
Yeah,
later,
but Biden didn't
getting
really-
more heated.
Biden
and
didn't
I
release the
said,
files.
and he says again, you know what? Nobody cared about this. Nobody was talking about it at all until all of a sudden now. And I said, because your guy ran on it.
Exactly.
It's all he talked about
Right.
at rallies was Epstein, which then made Bongo and I keep wanting to call him not nice names, Cash Patel,
Lazy eye.
start podcasting about it, which got the whole right wing fired up about Epstein and pedophilia and catching pedophiles.
Blamed Hillary.
And now their thing is, why are you guys talking about it now? You didn't care about it before. And I'm like, you guys did this.
Yeah, that is true. And also they say, how come the Biden administration didn't release files? And I go, do you understand how our government works and how a criminal case works? At the time, Ghislaine Maxwell was on trial.
But that doesn't matter. What you're about to say is not valid
Wait,
because
no,
she's in an active appeal.
No. During the Biden administration, she was.
I understand, but the same rule would apply for now. I think Biden could have done a lot more too. I think nobody has wanted to touch this.
But I also think this: you can't. If there's an active case, you can't release
She
files.
has an active case now. She's in an appeal. She's appealing the ruling.
I understand, but it's already been settled. She already had a ruling on it. Let me finish speaking, please. Let me just finish speaking. You keep interrupting me, and you
can't.
hate that.
No, it's
Stop.
just that it's
Let
not
me say this.
real.
At the time, the federal government had the case sealed because she was on trial. Now that they're gone and Jack Smith, they've unsealed it, that's fine. I agree with you. However, at the time, it was an active criminal case and it was sealed on the government. They had it sealed. Merrick Garland had it sealed. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's
what I'm saying.
Right. But here's the thing. Merrick Garland, I think, is the biggest disappointment. Mueller, too.
So what I'm saying to you about that is you can't do that or it undermines your credibility too. She has an active appeal going on now, which you could then say, well, Trump can't do anything. I'm saying Merrick Garland sealed it. And why? Like, for some reason, nobody has, well, we know the reason, has wanted to touch this. This is a gnarly, affecting many people of both parties situation. Was it Merrick Garland that sealed it for sure?
I'm pretty sure it was, or Jack Smith. There was, but Merrick Garland has disappeared, fallen off the face of the earth. The worst. I can't believe they even put that guy in. He didn't do anything. I hope that we get a Democratic president. They just put Jack Smith in charge of the Department of Justice.
So it was actually a judge, Loretta Preska.
Oh, and speaking of sealed files, we have something to Judge Cannon.
Oh, God, yeah.
So a judge sealed it.
Yeah. Well, no, let's see. Largely sealed by court orders in the USDNY. Judge Loretta Preska presided over the unsealing process. So over time, multiple court orders sealed it. Following 2015 defamation lawsuit between Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell. In 23, starting and continuing through 24 to 26, Judge Loretta Preska oversaw the unsealing of thousands of pages, leading to significant redactions regarding John and Jane Doe's.
So let's talk about this. Okay, if you guys want it released, and you guys keep saying, why didn't they release it? Why did your guys redact it? If it's fine, if the Democrats did
Well,
it.
you have to redact victims.
They didn't. The victim names are open. What they redacted was
I know.
the pictures and video of all these rich
Criminals,
assholes.
yeah.
Bill Gates yesterday.
That's backwards.
Bill Gates just had a big meeting with his company,
Oh.
and he told everybody, "I'm really sorry. I was involved, and I'm really sorry that I hung up with Jeffrey Epstein. And, I shouldn't have done it. It was out of line, motherfucker."
Well, he didn't actually say that. What he said was he did have affairs with 2 different Russian women. One was a bridge player, and yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. They've actually identified her. I saw pictures of her.
I don't want that much money.
But that he wasn't actually involved with Epstein, that he says that he just talked to him like briefly
And went to the mine
trying
a couple times.
to get money for his foundation. Once he realized it wasn't going to happen, he backed off. But he made it sound like they talked like once, but I'm like, wait a minute.
I have a question. The second
Yeah.
richest guy in the world was asking Jeffrey Epstein for money.
That's what they do. They get donors for their foundation, for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
I watched her on an interview with Melinda Gates, and I watched her in an interview, and she didn't say anything mean about him. She was it'll all come out. You're going to have to hear it from someone else, but you can tell whatever happened is horrific.
It's horrific.
Horrific. And what a dork. Can I say something? If he hadn't stolen all his fucking tech from Apple, he'd be managing a Subway right now.
She said that it actually brought up a horrifically painful time in her life regarding the divorce. And she did an interview that was pretty brutal. And she's obviously doing her best to be kind, but is very disillusioned with him and her marriage. And it sounds like the way she's saying it, that she found this stuff out somehow, and that's why she filed for divorce. She says it was a horrific experience at that time, so it fell on me to get a divorce.
I wonder, I bet with all the money, her divorce settlement probably included an NDA, because
Yeah, one thing being namely that he administered antibiotics to her without her knowledge because he had been exposed to
an STD.
STDs.
God.
Yeah. And that was in some emails that got unsealed with Epstein. So he's reaching out to Epstein, the guy that he had nothing to do with. I'm thinking about this. Wait a minute.
Yeah, wait. The guy
He just gave this speech to his company yesterday or the day before, but we have emails from some years ago where he's hitting Epstein up for the best way to handle this.
So, because the people I don't know, that's why I call and go, "Hey, man, I got an STD. What would you do?"
Hey, man,
I'm
cheating on my wife, and I might have gotten an STD. How can I give her drugs without her knowing?
And listen, I know we don't know each other that well. I know we're barely in contact, because that's what I do. I call randos when I really want to get some sort of medication. What is happening?
Well, I did that in college a lot.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't medication. That doesn't. That counts as something. Yeah, exactly. Recreational medication is not the same.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, he just gave that speech.
So
and
Bill Gates is.
what a
So we
creep.
now know Bill Gates is a raging fucking scumbag.
He's
no matter
a
how many
raging scumbag.
diseases he wants to eradicate. We know that Elon Musk is a raging fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
Also, I was talking to somebody about this about money. Do you really get watching these guys being on The Outsider that money really doesn't make you happy?
Yes.
Peter Thiel.
Or funny.
Or funny, or cool. There's no cool. None of the Gates, Musk, no funny, no
Nope.
cool. Guy can't buy a laugh. Jesus Christ, those two unfunny gentlemen. And I watched this video of Gates dancing. So you touch two of the richest guys on the planet Earth.
Bezos, too.
Bezos, dork. Tries though. What's the outfits? What? Listen. Okay.
Oh, she's trying to dress him up.
Yeah, but
Girl, we see you.
But dude, you look like. Are you using Costco Christmas wrapping paper for some of those jackets? Jesus.
If you don't want to be a dork, you should probably work out. This episode brought to you by Fitbod.
Fitbod.
See, there's a way to not be a dork and to draw the ladies.
I can't. I only want to draw one lady.
if you don't have tons of money, get tons of muscles.
The Fitbod people, I got to tell you, is I
Very
say
good for helping you stick with New Year's resolutions.
I use it I do at least 4 to 5 a week. I have to say it has changed my body dramatically, and I am healthier. I was doing, what I was doing the other day? I was doing those single leg Russian deadlifts. The deadlifts.
I just like his names that he calls things.
What do they call them? Russian?
You call glute bridges thrusters.
Thrusters, yeah.
They're always really like splashy names for everything.
I try to amp it up a little bit.
But they always make sense too.
So I was doing the single leg
deadlifts,
and I used to I could maybe do 2 and I'd wobble and have to put my foot down.
Yeah.
I was doing 7. I'm up to 17 now, and I'm just down, and my foot's perfect. I've noticed a huge increase in my stamina and what I'm starting with. Although Fitbod, guys, I got to tell you, you also have body weight. Let's say I don't want to go to the gym, I don't have weights. Cool. Get Fitbod. It'll give you a body weight work rate that'll kick your ass, and you'll be like. Sometimes I'll call her complaining about the body weight workouts when I'm on the road.
Body weight. I shot another workout for Tony Horton last Thursday.
Name drop.
Namity droppity doo. I did think I called you and told you because they introed me and they sent out an email to 3 of us that said like very requested Tony Horton OG cast members, and I was like, me. 21 years ago, which sounds crazy, I started P90X. It was before we had Fitbod and stuff like that. And now I'm getting to do this. So I did a body weight workout, and it's very like what I've seen you do when he does them in the hotel room with Fitbod. And I was like, this is going to be fine. I could not walk down the stairs the next night.
Yep.
So do not discount Fitbod's body weight workouts. I actually think it was better than a lot of workouts I've had lately.
And you can and let's say you have some equipment. You can put some equipment in. It's not yes or no. It gives you a list. You check off what you have, and it designs you a workout for that. It's the best thing. I'm now almost 3 years into it. 2.5 years into it.
I have 1 Coke can, 2 Yorkies.
Exactly, 2 Yorkies and
the thing about Fitbod too is the AI component. So it builds on your ability. It takes what you've done, your growth, your fitness level, your equipment, your goals, and continues to personalize a workout for you every day, a new workout. So you're not getting that boredom thing that always happens with fitness. And 2.5 years.
Right.
You started November 24, right? Or November 23.
23, 24, 25, yes, I'm 2.5.
So, and he's stuck with it, and I've known you for 20 years, and I've never seen you commit to something like this, and I think it's because it switches up and there's accountability. Sometimes we'll just be sitting in the room and his phone will go, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the Fitbod noise. So level up your workout in this new year. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan. You can get 25% off of your subscription or try it for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/Titus. That's FITBOD.me/Titus.